secrets of different bills. At Uncle Demi, you need it, I got it listed, yeah. You wanna make it, I'll show you just how to make it, yeah. I got all the rarest bills, and I ain't done yet. Went from the finish to making bills like a prospect. Flow space and slashes to catching us with a lot of threat. You keep the medals cause the right one's coming up next. Only scratch the surface. Still they try to drag my name in dirt. They try to bring me down. See me winning. You ain't like me then.
Yo, what's good, my nephews and nieces? This is your favorite uncle, Uncle Demi, and today I have another special banger for you, right? Today I'm gonna give you 3 ultra rare lockdown builds that are really good. But before we get into the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. As I like the video, push the video to the recommended, and of course subscribe and put your note again for my daily uploads. But without further ado, let's hop straight into this video. Okay, so first and foremost, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to the ProTune builds. Okay, now if you don't know what a ProTune build is, which you should, but some of y'all probably skip over this, is ProTune builds are literal builds that are made by the dev team. And of course, the dev team has massive insight, so they kind of know what's effective and what's gonna be really good. So that helps out a lot. I will say this though, as the seasons go on, so like for instance, you know, when season 6 come out, there will be some more ProTune builds. I personally feel as each season goes on and they add new builds in there, they get better and better. And the reason why they're getting better is because the dev team is looking at the environment, they're looking at the community, and they're seeing what people are making, and they're seeing what's being effective, and then they'll make it, right? Now I can do a whole nother video on that, but if you look at season 1 ProTune builds, compared to season 5 ProTune builds, way much better, okay? So just keep that in mind when you're looking at these. But I'm gonna show you some lockdown builds that I feel like on here that are just like, yeah, man, this is gonna be really dope, right? So the first one is gonna be the two-way general. Now that name is absolutely insane. I actually made this one. Now he's 6'2", okay? But if we come over here and take a look at this build, 6'2", 175 pounds, 6'9" wingspan. Now keep in mind, you cannot change anything on this build. If you was to go in here and change it, it will actually take the name out. So you cannot change anything. You cannot touch it. I'm just showing you this for educational purposes, letting you know why I feel like this is going to be really solid, okay? Now, you look at the fact that it has, he has a gold posterizer, which again, I talk about all the time. This is what you need. You want to have a gold posterizer. You're able to get that, all right? Then you look over here, 85 drive and layup. One thing that I would say is that you want to go ahead and use your 2 cap breakers here to get this to an 87. That's going to be very important. Again, you're just trying to get this shifty shooter on silver, but you're also just trying to get as high as 3-point as you can. The 3-point shot goes to an 88, but you only need to get 87. So that's 2 cap breakers you use here, okay? Then you want to come down here and use 5 cap breakers on your ball handle. So that's 7 total. The 5 cap breakers will get you to a 95. And again, you basically will get all these badges on Hall of Fame, right? But what's important about it is that, remember, this is a two-way general. This is basically a point guard build that can be the primary ball handler. In exchange, can play defense by itself. So this build can play defense by itself, and it can be the primary scorer. So that's the reason why it's a two-way general. The name two-way general is just absolutely fire, right? And then, of course, when you come down here, you have your steal. You can use 5 cap breakers here to get this to a 96 to get your glove on Hall of Fame if you wanted to. And the last one that I also think you should take in consideration is your speed. Getting your speed up to as high as you possibly can. So again, this right now it's an 87, at least using 3 cap breakers here to get your speed to a 90, okay? So if you're only a starter, if you only hit starter 3 and you only have 5 cap breakers, and from season 2 through 5, you hit on level 40, that gives you 9 cap breakers. So if you're asking me which one should I be using first, well, it really depends on you. If you know that you like to play offense and you're going to be a pretty good scorer, then what I would do is I would turn around and use my 5 cap breakers here and then use 2 cap breakers here, and that's already 7, okay? Then come down here and then start adding as you go. So then use those last 2 cap breakers here, get it to an 89, and then when another season comes, just get it to a 90, right? Just kind of upping it like that. The steal portion, I'm happy with just going with gold glove and gold interceptor. Now, if you're someone that's already hit vet 3 and you have 10 cap breakers, then you can basically cap all these out. Put 5 right here, put 5 right here, put 2 right here, and then put all the rest right there, and you're perfectly fine. But again, the build is absolutely absurd, and the name is crazy. Two-way general, all right? So that's gonna be the first one that we're gonna be looking at. All right, so now the next one that we're gonna be looking at is still at the point guard position, and this one is at the ideal height of 6'4", and this is called a defensive chef, right? And it's so funny because even when I see one of these Pro Toon builds, I still for a minute get like a brain freeze about, oh my God, where'd you get that build? Like, how'd you make that, you know? But then I'm like, oh, that gotta be a Pro Toon build, right? Defensive chef is really dope because for one, it has the ideal height that everybody goes for the lockdowns at 6'4", right? So again, as you can tell, and this is one of the newest ones. So like I said, as the seasons go on, the Pro Toon builds get better, right? So when we come over here, 6'4", 178, 6'11 wingspan. Then when you look at the actual build, this one is dope because it actually has an 89. So it gets the limitless on silver and the set shot specialist on gold, right? And it has a 93 driving dunk, so it has the gold posterizer, all right? So what I would say, again, same exact thing. This is more of a primary ball handler type build. Then when I'm using my cap breakers, I would come here and get this ball handle to a 95. Get it to a 95. And then, of course, now you'll be able to have like the Steve Francis. You have all these badges on Hall of Fame. So again, that what makes this build really, really exciting. Same thing here. The speed with ball can get to a 91, right? 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91. That's 5 cap breakers there also. So this is the 2 options you have. You have 3 choices here, in my opinion. 5 cap breakers here, 5 cap breakers here. Really go crazy in on your ball handling, right? Or you can choose between the 2. Right? And then come down here and worry about your speed. The speed, I'm always trying to get to 90, right? So what I would highly recommend is going not use your 5 cap breakers here, get that 95 ball handle, and then come down here and then use your season 2, 3, 4, and 5 cap breakers, which will get this to an 89. And then when season 6 come out in next week, then use that level 40 cap breaker there, and then now you have 90 speed. So you have 90 speed with this, you have a 95 ball handle, and then of course, just start to upgrade your speed with ball as you go. But even just by itself, the builds are going to be really, really fun. And another cool thing is that this has gold, you have the ability to get the rebound chaser, right? And then what I would do is just simple. It depends on how you're going to play with this build, but this build is literally a contact dunking and 3-point shooting build. You can use your max +1 to get your limitless range on gold, depending on how you play. Or if you want to upgrade one of your steals, get your glove on Hall of Fame or whatever, you know, regardless, you're going to be able to do that with this build. And in my humble opinion, I feel like this is going to be one of the dopest builds in the game. So what you would do is, again, if you don't know, all you do is just press X, go back to the main menu part, press X, and then you will get the name. Remember, you cannot edit anything. You cannot do anything like that. All you want to do is just rock right back out, and then you will get this defensive chef name in the bottom. And that's the only way you can get it is by doing the Pro Toon builds. All right. So let me talk about this final third lockdown build that is really dope. All right. So the last and final one, I think again is going to be really dope. Is going to be called Clamps. Okay. So Clamps is 6'3", so it's in between the 6'2" and the 6'4". It's 6'3", and once again, this could be something of a primary ball handler build. So as we come over here and take a look at it, it's 6'3", 214 with a 6'10 wingspan. You see here, this one only has an 86 ball handle with 86 speed. But look at this, it has an 89 3 ball. It's going to be able to give you that limitless range on gold or your mini marksman, because now since you are under 6'3", you have the ability to get this mini marksman on gold, which I highly recommend. But when you look at the defensive side of things, now you're able to do things really special, because you're able to go ahead, you can upgrade this defense up to a 97, all right? So you can use 5 cap breakers here to get this to a 97, and then you have to use 3 cap breakers here to get your agility to an 85, all right? So that's basically 5, 6, 7, 8 cap breakers right there. And then now you will have the ability to have Hall of Fame on-ball minutes, Hall of Fame pick dodger, and then you can use a max +1 on one of these and get these to legend. And it also has strength. So that's one thing I want to talk about real quick, because this one has a move on forcer on silver, which again, you can use a max +1, so that's on gold. And then it has strong handles. So what you lose with having the capability of having a 95 ball handle, you gain with the strength by having strong handles. A lot of individuals are starting to find out how good strong handles really is. So if you're somebody that knows about that, then you truly understand, I don't need to have the 95 ball handle because I have strong handles, I have the strength. I already have really good SIGs from the 86 anyway, but now I can literally initiate these strong handle animations by intentionally running into the opposing defender and flicking up on the joystick and dribbling right between his legs. Now, You also have the capability of upgrading this to an 89. Use 2 cap breakers here to get this to an 89, and then use 3 cap breakers on your vert to get to a 78 to get the 1 foot and 2 foot pro contact dunk animations. So you have some choices here of what you want to do. Do you want to upgrade your perimeter defense along with your agility, or do you, and then of course, you know, your speed, or do you want to put that into a dunk? Me, at this point in time, unless you were someone that hit Veteran 3 or Vet 2, whatever, and got the additional 5 cap breakers, I would just focus on not worrying about getting these contact dunks. If you really want to have gold posterizer or just have those animations, then go with the other 2 builds. In my humble opinion, I think we should just lock in and focus on getting this perimeter defense, the agility, and speed up, all right? Try to get this speed to a 90, get your agility up, so get this to a 90, get this to an 85, and then start working up on your perimeter defense. So again, those are the things that I think that I would really focus on, but it's just a really good build at 6'3". So again, you back out, you back out, press X, and you will get the clamps, which again is just a really dope name. I mean, like, you're not going to see a lot of people out here with these builds, these Pro Toon builds, but they're just so fun. They're really good, and they have the most unique names in the game. So anyway, let me know in the comment section what you think. What would you change about these builds? Meaning, is there these builds good? Are they not good? Do you like them? Have you made one? Let me know. But other than that, it's your favorite old head, Uncle Demi. I'll be back really, really soon with a banger, man. And you know, when I say back soon with a banger, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about tomorrow, man. I'm out.